basically everything that we see, everything that we perceive is basically first in a neutral way. Basically, it's completely neutral. Hi, my name is Eli. I'm 25 years old. I'm an Austrian entrepreneur. I'm a CEO of a company that I founded, real estate, and I read a lot about manifestation, spirituality, and also watch a lot of YouTube videos for 6 months now. And I just want to share you a little bit of my story and also a little bit of my techniques that I use in my daily business and also like in my daily life. So for this video, I just want to talk about a certain concept that I've discovered in certain books, but also that I use a lot. And it's called basically everything is neutral. So you read in a lot of books that we have certain layers in our life. For everyone not so involved in this whole topic in manifestation, we basically have a third dimensional realm, and it's the so-called life. That's everything here is, like walls and stuff like PC. We have like stuff like lights and like this picture here. Everything that we see with our eyes is basically the third dimensional realm, right? And everything beyond that is called the fourth dimensional realm. That's basically our mental side, that's our mind, that's our spirit, also called the soul. And a very interesting concept that a lot of guys don't know, like also girls don't know, is the concept that basically everything that we see, everything that we perceive is basically first in a neutral way. Basically, it's completely neutral. So what do I mean with that? Is that let's say you're in school, right? And you are just like you have an exam, and you get the exam back, and it's like completely failure, right? You get like an F or something, and the certain logical way that like a teenager behaves is like she or he is crying or is like pretty mad, and then he or she goes back to the parents and shows the F, and everything is like a terror, right? So like the parents are pretty mad at the kid, and the whole world is basically burning for the kid. But if we see this whole perception or like this whole scene as completely neutral and in a kind of a layer, like in this is the third dimensional layer and this is the fourth dimensional layer, and we just remove our fourth dimensional layer, like basically we remove our consciousness and like our perception in this kind of scene, we can see that this scene is completely neutral. So if we are being honest, everything that we add is our own adding in certain ways, right? What do I mean with that? Is that if we cry about the F that we get, or like if we cry about a certain thing that happened, like let's say a breakup, or we failed at certain things and we are pretty mad at ourselves or like at somebody else, it's just something that we add onto this specific scene. But at the end of the day, everything that we see here first is completely neutral. So what can we do with that? I imagine like this whole life as basically Photoshop layers, right? It's like a pretty funny anecdote. If you ever used Photoshop or GIMP or some like even like Adobe After Effects or something like this, if like these sort of programs, you have like basically certain layers, and with these layers you are basically adding on top. Like on this layer you add something on top. I imagine like daily life now, since I'm doing this whole manifestation stuff and I'm reading about it, I basically see myself in certain situations like with these layers. Basically we have this first layer, that's our third dimensional realm, that's the scene, like this action that just went through, like let's say the failure of the exam that we had, and on top of that is our layer. And if I just put off my layer, like my perception of this thing, this scene is completely neutral. So I can just add something positive about it first. The whole anecdote about this whole concept that I basically read and also implied in my life is like everything, every scene, every action, every day is positive, because I can just change it like this, and because I knew from a fact that this whole thing is completely neutral. If it's bad for me, it's just something that I've added into my life first. It's not that it is bad. There is nothing that is bad and there is nothing that is good, basically. It's just the meaning that we give first, the layer that we put it on top. But at the end of the day, everything is neutral. So What you basically can do about this whole thing is that whenever there is something bad happening, it's not bad at all because it's just your perception. It's like your perception in kind of a way how you perceive it in your frequency, basically, in your vibration. And for everyone that doesn't know what a frequency or vibration is, it's basically the state of mind that you are in, the state of consciousness that you are in, how you perceive things is basically the layer that you put on top of this whole thing. When you get an F, it's nothing bad at all. It's just the way you put it. In this whole world, in this whole third dimensional realm, there is nothing set as this is bad or this is good. It's just how you set it as bad or good. And that's the funny way, because when I was young, or like even before the 6 months of my manifestation journey, I basically didn't know that. I thought like, okay, this is something that is bad and this is something that's good. Let's say I don't go on holidays, for example, and this is not bad. This is also not good. Who says that it's bad or good? It's completely a neutral way. Some perceive it as very good because for them it's very good to not go on holidays, for example, and some perceive it as bad, but there is nothing good or bad because in this whole third dimensional realm, it basically just consists of opposites. Yeah, like good and bad is basically the same energy, but just different kind of vibrations. So we can just easily concentrate on that. So if something is bad, we can easily just put a switch on and concentrate on it being good. So I just want to tell you about this kind of lesson that I learned, that if you see the world in a neutral way, that everything is neutral, and even though like something bad happened at work, it's not bad at all, because if you remove your layer of consciousness and imagine that you just put something on top of the circumstance that's just happened, it's just your perception, basically. But it's nothing that the world says to you. The world doesn't say it, this is bad. It's just you, that you basically you added onto it the bad thing. Whenever something bad happens to me, I first of all see it in a neutral way and then add my perception on top of it, or like my perceiving. That's also like a kind of another lesson, or like another YouTube video that I have to do, but you can easily just put everything that is bad happening, let's say like a relationship breakup, or like let's say you didn't earn a lot of money this month, or like you had like a lot of stress with your parents or with your friends. Everything you can just easily put a switch onto it, and it's easily you can just perceive it in a very, very easy and good way, and not in a bad way at all, because it's just kind of a thing about basically having the right frequency, the state of mind. I think that's it for this video. It's my first YouTube video, so if you just like it, maybe I will do some more. I think I will do some more because I really enjoy it. And I hope you had like a good lesson into it and maybe a good learning from me. I'm just quite new to this. I also did like some YouTube videos already, but this was like 10 years ago. So I hope you like it, and I hope you will be soon in this manifestation world because it's quite nice. Bye bye.